hot dogs, and $2 off Piedmontese brats. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fierce Cheese Spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fierce Cheese Spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio. From the heart of Lincoln, America. Expanding awareness about the TeamMates program and the ever-growing need for mentors. This is TeamMates Timeout with TeamMates CEO Des Moines Adams and Marketing and Communications Manager Ashton Honor.
Well, happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome. TeamMates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. My name is Des Moines Adams. I go by DeMo. We have Ashton Honor in the house, and she is matching. Right now, you probably cannot see us streamline because we got a lot of basketball happening. But at the very last segment, you will be able to see what we're all about. Because right now,
Flip that, Demo. We are on stream right now. They can see us.
Oh,
we're good until the last segment.
Oh,
when we're going.
Okay,
yeah, they can see you. We're good.
Okay, all
Your
right.
beautiful faces are out there for people to
Okay,
see.
so you see right now that I'm wearing a Husker jersey, but let's get back to Ash. Right now, if you all can see Ash, her shoes match her jacket. Let's talk about what inspired this outfit tonight.
I'm all about those animal prints, and let's be real. When we have a high-profile guest, we got to bring out all the stops.
Well, you do look like a model. You are. I thought I was going to be looking at him, but now I can look at you. I'm pumped now.
And speaking of high profile guests, which I'm going to actually have you to come on up because we want everybody to hear who is in the house. I am wearing my Husker jersey, but it doesn't say Adams on the back. It says Teammates. I'm playing for a different team, but the team that I played for from 98 to 02 were the Huskers. And we were good back in the day. But back in the day when we got our first national championship, our first Heisman Trophy, we got the Johnny Rodgers in the house. Johnny, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, buddy. It's nice to be here. Nice to be anywhere.
Yes.
My age. I just talked to Coach Osborne. Wish him a happy birthday. We just glad to be around.
88 years old.
88. Well, that's good. He's in the game. All that conditioning he did for all those years is paying out.
Yeah.
Pay off.
And you're still looking good. You're still active. I'm still seeing you throw up the Heisman Trophy here and there.
Well, that's what people want. They want something unique, something different that they can have. So that's being the first Heisman Trophy winner here. I get a lot of that.
Yeah. So I'm from Arkansas. Ash, you grew up in Lincoln. So when you grew up, tell me just the hype around Johnny Rodgers.
Absolutely. So I grew up in the 90s. So I was around for all of the 390 championships in 94, 95, and 97.
Yeah, Tommy knew, right?
Do what?
That Tommy Frazier's the time.
Yes.
Yeah, Tommy,
yes.
yeah.
But the hype at the time, you were the only Heisman winner, right?
No, Mike Rozier.
So we had two of them. Eric Crouch came in at 01.
He came in later, yeah.
But just you guys were always a big deal. Like the state was so proud to have two Heisman winners. And so like every December when we're watching on TV, it's always like, where's Johnny Rodgers? Where's Mike Rozier? Like always searching for you guys like on TV. But you guys were so prevalent in the 90s as well in regards to like you would go to the games in the 90s. And my family had season tickets for 30 plus years to Husker football games. And so you guys, of course, would always be on the big screens. And it's always like, oh my gosh, like Johnny Rodgers is here.
Well, Nebraska has football.
Yes.
You know that. That's for that big thing that we have, and beef.
And corn. And corn.
And corn. Yeah.
And something that Coach Osborne has done, which, tonight's theme is about just our platforms. And one of the things that Coach Osborne has done, which inspires me, and I'm pretty sure it inspires so many people, but also it inspires you as well, is what Coach is doing through Teammates mentoring. His legacy is not just what he has done on the field, but is what he's doing off the field. What him and his wife started back in 1991, Teammates mentoring, and it was really started with 22 football players understanding their platform to influence young people to stay in school, make good grades, make positive choices. And that is what it means to be a winner in life, is when you do what you need to do so that you can do what you love to do in the future. And so, Johnny, a lot of people know you as a former Husker and as a Heisman, but as I've gotten to know you, I would love for everyone to learn more about your legacy off the field, the human side, what you're up to these days. And so what is Johnny Rodgers up to just on a day-to-day?
Well, I think we're doing the same thing as Tom has been doing, and he started off doing was developing people when he was developing players for the team. And now he's still developing players and people for the team. And that's kind of what I still do, trying to develop players and promote education, promote people working together, coming together, helping the community. And like I said, we always have to promote education, because education is not part of your life. Education is life itself. Mm-hmm. And people don't hear enough about it. We talk about football, but we don't talk about education. When education is, you can't play football if you don't participate as far as education is concerned. And you can't participate in construction or electricity or management if you don't get an education. So we try to promote education as much as we can for community development, because anything you can do by yourself, just it's not big enough. Teamwork makes your dreams work. You don't win Heisman trophies by yourself. You don't win national championships by yourself. It's always in conjunction with others that you make your greatest accomplishment. And teamwork makes your dreams work. And that's why you have teammates, because of the teamwork that they do together.
Yeah. And, we're excited to partner with 100 Black Men of Omaha. We're having a joint event actually this Thursday, February the 27th. And I know you've been really involved with that organization. At one point, you were the chairman. Now you sit on the board. Let everyone know more about the work that 100 Black Men of Omaha is doing in Omaha.
Well, we're trying to do basically the same type of thing. We're trying to get people together for mentoring as well. And it's coaching. We're trying to coach people and different people in the community, create the awareness about the importance of education and working together, and taking it from a young perspective, trying to bring young people up, and hope the middle-aged and older people will help coach. And so we're coaching people through life and the life game rather than just the football game, just going through the life. And we want each one to teach one. So if we can just get other people following that pattern, then we get more people working together, because like I said, anything you can do by yourself ain't big enough. Teamwork.
The ripple effect. That's the first thing that comes to mind when he said that. Johnny, you also have your own scholarship via the Metropolitan Community College, which is called the Johnny Rodgers Career and Technical Education Scholarship. Talk about that and how it came to fruition.
Well, what happened is that I went to technical high school.
In Omaha.
In Omaha, Nebraska.
Which is no longer Omaha Tech, is no more.
No, that's where the teachers' education building is now, is where technical high school used to be. And when I went, it was the trade school. It was actually the second largest school, pretty much darn near in the state of the United States, darn near.
Wow.
Because we had a very large school. And everybody there was in some type of trade. Mm-hmm. Now, moving on through life and going in my direction through sports and wherever I was going, I seen other people that were going to do things, and people that were kind of doing fairly well. They had been in the trades. They had been from technical high school, because we had every single goddamn trade darn near you could really have at technical high school, and that's where most of our people took a trade, and whether it was in nursing or was in automotives or engineering, whatever the case might be, we had it at technical high school. And so now Metropolitan Community College has taken on that taking that position and emphasized people getting an education in the trades. And so I decided I would promote the trades through our JET Award. And I tell people all the time that thoughts are not just things, they're the cause of things. If you hold a thought long enough, you can have it. And so I held a thought a long time, but coming from Tech High, and then trying to get people to go to Metro Community College, because you can get a great education in the trades right there if you can get the scholarship, you can get money. I was sitting around one day and I was thinking about football, and I realized that the only category that they had in college football they didn't have an award for was for punt return and kickoff guys. How could that be? That's one of the most exciting plays in football. And they're giving the awards to the best guard, the best tackle, the best quarterback, but they don't have an award for the punt returns and kickoff guys. So I decided I would create an award. We had about 100 or so people that came to our first ceremony that we gave when we gave out the awards for it. And now we have about 1,000 people.
Wow. Is that held in Omaha?
It held in Omaha at the Baxter Arena.
Yep.
Pretty much now is where we have it, at the Baxter Arena. And we have quite a few guys that participate in it. And we take that money and we use it to have a scholarship program at Metropolitan Community College. Well, we were lucky enough to get a couple of grants as well. So we have, and we're trying to get more and as we move along here, but we got a couple $1 million to put back into the education program, so we can get more people actually involved and develop the program. And we're doing studies on making sure that people, how many people come in a category of education and they graduate in that category, and how many people are going to the next level. We're trying to study just how the best way to do it as we move along and improve on what we're doing.
And with that scholarship, correct me if I'm wrong, preference is given to Omaha public school students, correct?
No.
Okay.
No, we don't have a preference.
Okay.
They apply to Metro Community College. They do an evaluation on where the need factor is, where their interest really lies, and they pick the kind of category that you might fit into, and then we pay for it.
Awesome.
And they match whatever monies we give them. They match it, and then and we have. I'm out talking to fifth graders and high school kids, but our average age, I think, is about 25, 26 years old.
Wow.
For people actually getting a scholarship. And we've had people as old as 60 come through and get scholarships to go back to school.
Awesome.
Wow. Johnny, just thinking of your platform and trying to blend what you just shared. Member of the 1997 and 70 and 71 national championship teams, 1972 Heisman Trophy winner, first wide receiver to win the Heisman, played for the Montreal Alouettes and the San Diego 49ers. And, of course, you were elected into the National Football Foundation and College Hall of Fame in 1999. And so talk about a platform which for most people to have this kind of platform, they want the spotlight on them. But everything that you just said, you are turning that spotlight and you're putting it on a community. You are highlighting education. You're highlighting trades, and you are using your role to be a positive role model. Why is that important to Johnny the Jet Rodgers?
Well, I'm 73 years old now, Des Moines. I don't need a light on me anymore, spotlight. There's no need for a light. I think when you're at a point where you're coming through the deal, you're marketing yourself to get more deals for something or whatever. But our deals are coming for how can we get more grant money, to get more programs going, to get more visibility going, to get more people active, to get jobs for people who can, so they can better bring their kids up, to get some of the kids that are in the juvenile justice center out and about. you can't, you only need so much, you need enough money to make it, but you're not really trying to get rich anymore. You're trying to get people over. You're trying to get over and get educated so we can just have a team of people that are doing well. Because when people don't do well, we don't all do well. We got crime and people are doing all different type of crazy things. It just hurts me to death when I go to Juvenile Justice Center and I got so many young people that are in there that are being encouraged by gang members that their parents can't protect them from. And if we don't get more people educated, then that's going to get worse rather than get better. But if we can get the educational level up and then incomes up and people that are actually getting out in actually positive careers, helping to take care of themselves, then our kids and our grandkids, my grandkids and great grandkids can do better.
Speaking of kids, both organizations, we receive money from the state to try to provide more mentoring for 3rd through 5th graders because of this reading literacy. The numbers are down. Kids can't read. You work with young people and you are seeing another side of young people. What do people that are watching and listening need to know about what we need to do for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders? It's more than just reading literacy, because we know if a student can't read, they can't learn. But help them understand, if we're not influencing them, how are they being influenced?
Well, the ones that I see, Des Moines, are gang related. And gangs are government's alternative to Negro group survival. They take them in the wrong way. And kids, when they're young, they're following more people in their brains rather than listening to, when you're young, you are convinced you know it all. I remember when I was young, I thought I knew it all too. And that's when I was dumber than dirt. And they dumber than dirt too, right now, and very easily influenced. So like I said, it's more just an example of the exposure to go down. I used to go to the 12th graders. Then I went down to the 9th graders. Then I went to the 7th graders. And so now they're telling me that I need to go to the 5th graders. I got to go to the 5th grade and 6th grade to try to get them started and thinking about something they can do and thinking about a career, knowing what a scholarship is. They don't know what a scholarship is. They're not thinking about college. They're in grade school, but you got to understand what they have to understand is really that really what makes you successful is not, or the type of things that you're thinking. Thoughts are not just things, they're the cause of things. But if you can hold a thought long enough, you can have it. Because we're co-creators, we're creators. If we're made in the image of God, then we have the ability to do the things that God's do, and God create things. And so you can't be telling people that they're little and not worth nothing. You got to tell them that they're little gods, they got a lot of responsibilities, and they can do anything they want to do by choice. And that nobody cares all the time whether you just going to do yourself bad or not. That you have to care. You have to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. You got to get some people together that you can work with, and you got to make something, create something of yourself, for your community, for your mother and your grandmother, for those people you got around you that you're going to become responsible for, as far as your children may be concerned, that you haven't thought about yet.
Wow. I mean, it just makes me think of the seeds that we're trying to plant into our young people. And I know, Ash, you have a mentee who is in the elementary grade level. And just hearing Johnny talk about the thoughts of young people, how does that make you feel as a mentor when you are encouraging your young person to believe in the possible? Because there may be other people that are making them believe in the impossible.
That's
right.
Exactly right.
Well, what Johnny was talking about, that is one thing that my mentee and we even started this last year, toward the end of last year. Because again, we've been paired for 2 years, and the first year is always the hardest. Again, it takes them a while to establish that trust with you and for them to know, yes, you are another caring, reliable, trusting adult in my life who's going to consistently show up. So once we had that established, then I could start creating the foundation with her. And one of the things that we talk about every week is goals. And I always tell her, no goal is ever too small. Like, you shoot for the stars, because regardless, you're going to land on the moon, and you're shooting for the stars, and we're going to go after those goals. She's involved in wrestling. And I'm like, all right, what are our goals this weekend for your match? She's like, I'm going to get first. I'm like, okay, tell me how you're going to do that.
It's rough. Wrestling is rough.
It is.
I
but
used to wrestle.
she got second in her tournament last week, but we talk about it every week. We set goals for her sports and her activities, and then also set those goals for school. Like, what tests do we have going on? Are you struggling in any subjects? Like, how can we continually make you better? Because I want to start that foundation in her now, because when we get to middle school and when we get her through high school and then on to college, like, we've already started talking about like future, like, okay, what do you want to be when you grow up? Okay, let's go after it. How are we going to get there? So already starting to talk about post-secondary education, like, this, you must do this. Like, this is very important. Or go to a trade school. Again, you just some form of post-secondary education. So starting to lay that foundation now, but it's so vital to do that at this young age, because constant reinforcement of that verbiage is going to stick with them.
You know, Johnny, you just set the stage for our second segment, because, you know, you mentioned you started working with seniors and then juniors, but then you were told that, you know, we need you working with our younger people, like elementary. And so the next segment, people need to know why it's so important to start with our elementary students when it comes to providing them with positive, caring adults, so that we can set them up to be the next generation of leaders, not followers. For those that are watching and listening, you are with Teammates with Timeout. Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 5.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 4th is $1 off crisscross pretzels, buy one, get one free on hot dogs, and $2 off Piedmontese brats. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Allow me to get a bit sappy. For women, jewelry isn't just a gift. It's a timeless symbol of love and appreciation. You have to get this right. No fleeting trends or gadgets will make the impact. Every time she wears it, every time she gets a compliment, you win. Trust me, guys, you'll get your money worth. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Is your office technology holding your business back? At Hamilton, we're more than just an IT provider. We're your partner, focused on building integrated technology solutions tailored to your business needs, both today and for the future. We know that every business is unique, and that's why we provide the services and support you need and nothing you don't. We believe that together, you can continue to serve and support your customers while knowing that your technology is taken care of. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100, or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket. We are pleased to be joined by none other than Nebraska, the first Heisman Trophy winner, Johnny Rodgers. In that first segment, we just had a great chat that first segment. We're going to bring that into segment 2 here. Kicking that off with, the organization that Johnny is a part of and has been a key stakeholder and leader is 100 Black Men, which is based in Omaha. Both 100 Black Men and Teammates received the Read Nebraska grant, which is geared toward gaining more mentors for both organizations, and it also has a focus on reading literacy, specifically for those 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Again, why those specific ages? What happened a few years ago, as we know, 5 years ago, COVID, which really had an impact on these kids and reading literacy. Johnny, tell us why mentoring matters and why it is so important, especially for those elementary age children.
Well, it's important for all the children, but you got to get your basics down.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get kids, the younger you can get them started, and the reading is very significant. The more they can learn to read to teach themselves, the more choices they have. If you can't read, you don't have a choice. You know, what are you going to read? Where are you going to get information? And you can't evaluate what people are telling you if you really can't read. So reading is very significant and important at your early age. I think what's really important, though, is being able to interact with other people. And if they can just, interact with other people and communicate with people their age and have good examples of their age, and that different men and women are coming around, the more people we can get around at an early age, the better. It's just, and a lot of people, we have one teacher for 40 kids or something.
Mm-hmm.
We need more people to be involved with those to solidify some of these things that one teacher is telling you, because you think you don't think they know, and then your parents, mostly, you have a lot of people that don't have two parents, and some people you don't need. I remember I didn't have two parents. I only had one parent coming up, and like I said, I didn't meet my father until I was 17 years old. By that time, I didn't need a father. I already had two kids. So I told him we could be friends, but in no way we're going to be fathers. And we have the same situation going on right now where kids are not meeting their fathers. So that's why we have the mentoring organizations to be fathers and mothers and friends. And it's mostly friends, because the more that you can get them on your side and believe in you, the better. They don't want to be told what to do. They want to learn some stuff so they can be the big chief. And like I said, they're not too young. I got my 1-year-old grandchild, that we got him doing all kinds of things. It's just amazing how many things he could do at 1.5 years old. They understand everything that's going on really early. And we have kids 10, 12 years old that we treat like they're still 1 or 2. I mean, we got to, and like I said, they don't do what you say, they do what they see you doing. So they have to see you and how you're applying things, how you're saying things, how you're doing things, how you're interacting with the mom or the dad or with the neighbors or whatever, because they're watching everything. They're watching everything and they see it. And like I said, we treat them like they're kids when they're not. All of us are kids. 840 months, nobody gets to be old enough to do nothing.
Yeah. I couldn't help but to think about a famous phrase, and I know 100 Black Men in Omaha, you all use this a lot on your marketing.
What you see is what you be.
What you see is who you will be.
Yeah, what you see is what you'll be. Yeah.
So hearing that for our young people, what they see is who they will be. We're trying to provide them with mentoring so that one day they can be successful, they can be educated, they can get into the trades, they can get a scholarship, they can be winners in this game called life. But on the flip side, let everyone know, for those that are choosing to be on the fence and not step up, get in the game and volunteer their time, whether it's with TeamMates mentoring or with 100 Black Men, if what they see is who they will be, and let everyone know what you're seeing in the community when our young people are not seeing positive role models.
Well, like I said, I don't see them. My biggest heartbreak is when I see them that they can't read, or you get to be a senior in high school and you can't read. They have this deal called, I think it's called No Kid Left Behind in Omaha Public Schools, where if you flunk a grade, you don't get your subjects, then you can choose to be moved forward. You can just go for your parents to make you go forward, and you get to be a senior in the high school, whatever. You really can't read. You really can't read. You really have very little chance of having a chance. You're not giving them really a chance, and we're not being adults if we let that happen, because we're walking around seeing that happen, and we know they're not going to make it. But do we care? We have to, when we see things like this, we got to make a change, because everything is changing anyway. Nothing really stays the same. So we got to make the changes ourselves and enforce that. And so it's not the mentoring that's really helped now. Now we have to take a defense politically to get involved in the game, and so they can see that example, because we want more of them seeing that too. Somebody helped me. They didn't make me do something. They helped me get a better shot at something. Because I think every kid should have a tutor. You need a tutor. You don't get it, and you're not going to get it. Lots of times you're really not going to get it. A lot of things are trying to get them too much sophisticated things at once, and then they switch off a deal, and then they say they're going to come back later and get this subject. But you got to implement the things one at a time and make sure you get it and get it. You can't come back and get it, because you'd be forgot where you started at.
Wow. So you said you were working with a senior that didn't know how to read.
Many of them.
Wow.
I got guys in the juvenile justice center can't read my writing, and they don't teach cursive. I be signing autographs. They can't read. What's that?
Wow.
They don't teach cursive anymore.
Right.
So they don't know about it, but they can't read.
So for everyone that's watching and listening, so this grant that both organizations receive when it comes to help close that reading literacy gap, what I'm hearing from Johnny to Jet Rodgers is reading is important, because if a student can't read, not only can they learn, but they can make positive, productive choices that can help them succeed.
How could they? I mean, you can take an idea that somebody tells you, but then you got to go look it up and read about on it and study it a little bit. If you can't read, how can you do that?
Yeah.
You have to remember word for word everything they said. but you have to be able to expand your vision by things that you read, by things that you've stayed into. I had to do a talk the other day on the 24th and Glory book. Okay. And I thought, I know everybody in 24th and Glory, 7 guys that were born in North Omaha. I know them all. So I've never even read the book. So they wanted me to talk about the 24th and Glory. So I had to go read into the book. Well, when I started reading the book, I realized it really wasn't even about them totally. It was about the whole community and how Omaha came about, and the packing houses, and how they were living, and how many beef we were killing, and all the different things. But if I couldn't read, I would never have known that. I would have told myself, I already know about all these guys. I know Ron Boone, I know Marlon Briscoe. I know the stories. I played with them in the park. I came up. I'm the youngest one of the group. I know all this. I didn't realize I didn't know until I started reading about all the things that the book was really actually about. And so I told him, well, look, we can't really talk about this. I got to tell you my story because I don't know this story.
Yeah.
I didn't know it at all.
Wow. Just thinking of mentoring in general and just, I'm just trying to just still process everything that you're just saying.
Coaching, mentoring is coaching.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And
I don't know why they call it mentoring. It's coaching.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that because it's not sports, I guess. Coaches are just sports, but it's like Osborne. He's not necessarily just a coach. He's a mentor. He was a mentor the whole darn time.
And so for all of us, so my platform has allowed me to do what I'm doing as a former Husker. Ash's platform from being a former basketball player is allowing her to do what she's doing.
I thought she was a model.
Thank you, but no.
I didn't know it was basketball.
So we all have platforms, and I think for a lot of people that are watching and listening, most people are afraid to become a mentor because they think that they have to have a platform like us. Teammates mentoring was started with 22 football players, 100 black men of Omaha. Sometimes they're perceived as this elite group, but in your definition, so everyone can understand that mentoring, anyone can do it when you love kids and you want to make a difference in your community. In your words, what is mentoring?
Coaching. Just simply coaching. And we need people on all levels of life for coaching. I mean, and to understand that life goes by quick and none of us are that darn bright at all. Not comparatively speaking, what we're capable of. We don't really get, by the time you get to really getting shit, then you die. You never really get to that point where you really get to comprehend just how geniuses we are. And so, and the kids, when they're coming up, we got to push them quicker. We got to let them know who they are quicker because we take them too far. And most of the time they're getting taught by other dumb people, so they get taught dumb stuff and they don't want to hear the dumb stuff. They want to tell me something that's going to take me to another level. Tell me something that I could talk to my other sisters and brothers about, and they like it. They believe me. I can be a leader. Don't talk to me like I'm a kid because I ain't got time. They don't have time. None of us have time.
Yeah.
The mentors are coaches, and coaches do things. They show you, and then they do it. So you have to. When you're mentoring, you got to show me how to go to the next level. Then I'll listen to you.
Mentors are coaches, and I know in the third segment, Ash is going to not only talk about those quote unquote coaches in your life that were mentors, but how they have inspired you to be a mentor today. Man, time is running out, but I think, Austin, you mentioned that we have an extended time. And so you are live with Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. Stay tuned because we're not done. We still got more mentoring to talk about.
Put me in, coach.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It will be breezy and warm with an afternoon high near 68. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy, low near 37. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies, and it will be breezy and an afternoon high near 56. Meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. I just got some good news from our good friend Austin. It's 5:43. And you all will be live with us for another good, we're talking about 13, 14, 15 minutes.
Golly.
Johnny the Jet Rodgers is in the house. And for those of you that don't know, now you know. Heisman Trophy, the very first one, played on 2 national championship teams, played in the CFL. I played with the Edmonton Eskimos, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Pretty cold up there.
Oh, yes, it was. Yes,
but
it
you
was.
never go outside, huh?
But his platform is beyond what he's done on the field. So far, we have been discussing what he's doing off the field. And, Johnny, so far, what I'm hearing is this human side of you that I think more humans need to understand, because mentoring, as you mentioned, is about coaching. It is about coaching our young people to understand how to play the game of life to be successful. And it starts with our young people. The more that we can put positivity into their life, the words that we speak, but also who they see, because as we talked about, what they see is who they will be.
Well, to me, it starts with the old people because they're watching and they don't do what you say. They do what they see you doing. So it's the old people that really make the difference. And we're not human beings We got to get through with that. We're not human beings. We're humans becoming, and we can become better and better and better and better. And so for us to prove that, we have to be becoming better and better and better for them to see that they can become better and better and better and better. And it's, like I said, we're co-creators. We can create anything if you have that thought and you hold that thought. But it takes work. People don't want to work. They don't want to get up early in the morning. They don't want to stay up late at night. And sometimes that's what it takes, because you don't want to lose that thought. You can have a thought, and if you go to sleep, you're going to forget what you was thinking about. So you can't go sleep till the next day if that's what it really takes.
Yeah.
But you got to see mom and daddy or your mentor, somebody doing that before you go have a thought to think about doing that, about being that way. But if you hold that thought long enough, you can have it. Whatever it is, you can have it. And it's a continuous thing. And that's why it's important to read. That's why it's important to keep notes, so because you're going to forget. Where did I leave off at? I got to write it down so I can start off where I left off at. I need that example, of how I do that. How do you work it to where you really get it? Because you got to do the work. And don't nobody care if you ain't doing that work. I mean, they can come and talk to you and tell you about this stuff, but how do I do it? Yeah. Show me, how do I do it? Like I said, how many times did we tell them that you got to have, when we sitting there talking about take notes? We don't tell them to take notes, do we? No.
Yeah.
No, you got to take a note.
Ash, shout out to you and Kaylee Jackson, who, again, the marketing team, also known as the Dream Team. You all work the magic when it comes to helping adults, because if our young people, based on what Johnny is saying,
too.
We are.
They're kids too.
which for those that are watching and listening, just think, we are matching up students with adults to become a teammate, because it's the teamwork that makes the dream work, as Johnny mentioned. Ash, when you hear Johnny talk about how important it is for adults to realize that young people are watching them, whether they like it or not, what does that do to your marketing brain when it comes to recruiting more mentors, knowing that our young people are watching them, so they might as well just get in the game, go to teammates.org and become a mentor?
We want mentoring to be cool. We always say any child who wants a mentor deserves a mentor. It's not for naughty kids. Like, everybody can have a mentor. And so that is so important for us to educate that adult population. And you can have an impact on a child's life. And I don't like the excuses of, they're afraid of failing. You're not going to fail this child. They're just thankful to have another loving, trusting, caring adult who cares about them and is going to show up every week. At TeamMates, we are the largest school-based mentoring program in the nation. School-based mentoring program. And our mentors just meet once a week with those students for 30 to 45 minutes. And you'll spend that time, a lot of times, just talking with your mentee. Sometimes you'll, like my mentee and I, helped with homework, play games, go shoot hoops. It's just the importance of mentoring is cool. It's a cool thing to do. Coaching, mentoring, it's the cool, fun thing to do. And again, we want to reiterate that any child that wants a mentor deserves a mentor. And we need adults to step up. We're calling you up, as DeMo says, to sign up, be a mentor, and you will make a difference in that child's life, whether you believe it or not.
So, Johnny, I don't think a lot of people believe that they have a platform. I think right now, they only think that, people like you and Coach Osborne have the platforms that can influence others. But yet, between both organizations, between both Teammates Mentoring and 100 Black Men in Omaha, we are serving over 11,000 students through mentoring. Johnny, help the people, these humans, understand their platform when it comes to using their role to be a role model by getting in the game, getting involved in their community, and being a mentor, whether it's with Teammates Mentoring, 100 Black Men in Omaha, Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Help people understand what is their platform and their responsibility as humans.
Well, I think they have an opportunity, a real good opportunity, to learn from our kids too. See, we think we're teaching everything. We're learning a lot from them, especially as the younger they are, the purer their minds are sometimes, the more things that we see that we learn from them when we're thinking we're teaching them, we're learning at the same time. So, and it's easier to work with people when it's going back and forth. But when it's just my way or the highway, it's a little bit different. And it depends on how you're mentoring. Just spending time is not necessarily, could be wasted time. It depends on how you really approaching it. So I think training to be a mentor is a good deal to have, where the expectations should be laid out for what you expect from your mentor to the mentee, not just to spend time. Because you could, just like in Omaha Public Schools, we're miseducating. And we could miseducate as we go along here too, and mentoring at the same time. If we, and like I said, we put so much emphasis on how bad you're going to be when you don't have a mother and a father in the house, that don't count. That don't even make a difference. You can make just fine if you got one of anything. But you got to get two that's on the same wavelength before you can really get power. That's when you really get power, when two or more people can come together in the spirit of agreement. Then you can pull from the ether of the universe things you weren't able to do by yourself. That's when you have the willpower. And so that's what it takes when you get the kid and you together and realize that they are teaching you too. If you can realize that they are teaching you too, y'all get along a lot better.
So, Johnny, I got one more quote that I want you to speak on, then I want to give it back over to Ash, because you mentioned this in the first segment about what our students need. And you talked about students don't care what you say, they care what they see. But also, I believe that students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. What does it look like for adults to care about young people? And talk about that ripple effect, because right now we have a lot of young people that don't have positive role models. And you talked about that ripple effect of students not reading, they go to jail, they join gangs. But what does it look like for an adult to care about a young person as a mentor?
Well, I just think that I really don't know. I just think that we have to really, because time is so quick, that we are close to being equal than you think, and people don't want to be, whether it's a kid or an adult, you do not want to be told what to do. You want to be in agreement of what to do. And so when they're coming along and they're trying to do something, they want to do what they want to do. So we got to kind of find a way to go along with them to roll them over to where we are doing things together, rather than just you have to do, what you do like I tell you to do. And that's what we do. We're commanding them. Parents are, and if you don't do it, I'll whip you. You'll get a whipping, or you get punishment of some sort, or you get punished for not knowing stuff. There's so many different ways that we discipline our kids when, like I said, at that time, at some ages, they're smarter than we are. They're really smart, and we don't think that. We're the dummies.
Yeah, and I know that's one of the things.
They be looking at you, dummy. What's wrong with you? And now it's a debate who's the dumbest.
And one of the things I know we're proud of through TeamMates is we train our individuals to become mentors. We train them not to come in as experts, not to tell students what to do, but to go in with open ears and open hearts to make sure that these kids are cared for, because that's really the major influence. I know Ash likes to ask this question because we are all who we are today because of people that influenced us.
People that cared. Yeah. That Coach Bob Devaney. It was the first time I really got somebody that actually I thought cared. We got along very well. And he told me that we didn't have any black players. And he told me that if I came to Nebraska, he would recruit more black players than the other time in history. And he started off, he did that. But when he established that trust of the different type of things that he would work with you on, and he was the kind of coach, how coaches sometimes have a style of how they work with players. He had a style of working individually. And something was different for everybody. It wasn't one size fits all type of a deal. It was an individual type of direction. So we can't really form a style for how we're going to handle it till we understand how they are. how they need to be handled, how the kids need to be handled. We don't have a style. We have to be adjustable. Like I said, we're creators, so we got to be creative.
What is one piece of advice that Coach Devaney gave you that you carry with you and educate the next generation about?
Well, it's always keep your eye on the ball.
Okay.
I never really dropped passes. I never really dropped punts. I never had a fair catch because I keep my eye on the ball. That transfers over to always keep your eye on your goal. Same thing as the ball. And you can get those goals if you keep them on there, just like I could catch a BB in the dark at midnight with no moon with my sunglasses on. And I say that, and I carry my cousin Willie Bry around. I just seen Willie the other day because we used to have these little big, thick gloves. These big, thick foam gloves. And we take BB gun, and we would shoot that gun, and we would catch them BB. When you catch a BB, ball is not nothing.
Man, I don't know about catching BBs, but Johnny, I do have one more question. You played offense. If you were to go back in time and play defense, because I'm a former rush in, what position would you play on defense if you had to play defense?
Oh, I played defensive back sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, I played defensive back. And I played almost, I played wing back, wide receiver, played quarterback sometimes, DB, I threw passes, punt returns, kickoff. They say I'm the best all-purpose player.
Ooh,
and,
wow.
I wear the Heisman ring, but I tell you, the award that I cherish the most, and I don't even think I have a ring or nothing for it. I might have had one. They stole that too. But I was the most valuable player in the history of the Big 8 Conference. And when you think about the Big 8 Conference, how many people came through the Big 8 Conference, there's a lot of people that were a lot better than came, the national for the Heisman is good, but that Big 8 Conference was tough.
Yeah.
No, that was tough, so that humbles me to have those type of awards and to see just how blessed I have been. And like I said, not having a father, and I know until I was 17, have my own kid when I was 14. All my kid, my daughter just got to be the what do they call it right now? The poet, the state poet and whatever. My son Terry's already retired. My daughter Johnny runs another company in Chicago. You can do anything you want to do. Like I said, we just got to be thinking positive. Because thoughts are things. What are you thinking? That's the big key. What are you thinking? And, you got to be careful what you're thinking, because if you think a good thing, it'll happen. But if you think a bad thing, it'll happen too. And that's the deal. What is that mix? And sometimes you accidentally think the wrong things. It takes coaching. I mean, thinking ain't easy.
Yeah, but the work that you're doing in the community, Johnny, your involvement with 100 Black Men of Omaha, but also you too have a legacy off the field because you are giving your time to give back to your community, because it starts with our young people. And so the one thing that
old people, I got old people getting scholarships, are coming back,
and we need
old people are dumber than young people sometimes.
But we need more people to use their platform to be mentors. And Ash,
Don't be scared.
Where do people go to be humans to give back with their time?
Head over to teammates.org, click that button that says become a mentor. If now's not the time for you to become a mentor, DeMo, what do we always say? Please give the gift of your resources. There's also a donate button as well. But we are back next week. DeMo and I have got a great lineup for March. Mr. Rodgers, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, model.
You're listening to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh, wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Bundle up, bring your crew, and make this winter one for the books with Bachfest at Beer House. Enjoy winter brews that will tangle with your taste buds, polka dancing, games like Hammerschlagen, Stein Stamina, and much more. Bach beer will be flowing, and sausages and pretzels will be available for purchase. Doors open at 11 a.m., and the party goes outside until